Do your own research and due diligence before investing in any company. The information I provide is in no way or manner a professional suggestion to purchase shares in any publicly traded company. I am not licensed to provide financial advice, and this should be considered entertainment. These stock profiles are intended to be trading ideas, a starting point for research. Any individual who chooses to invest in any securities should do so with caution. Investing in securities is speculative and carries a high degree of risk. You may lose some or all the money that is invested. Always research your own investments and consider consulting with a registered investment advisor or a licensed stockbroker before investing. Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Sal back in the building. This is episode 140. And I don't even know if my sound is right or whatnot. I didn't even get a chance to do any of this stuff. Just when I want to start the show, that's when everybody wants to call me. So I know family, friends, and all that stuff. You know, please don't call me before my show. Just don't do that. You had all day to call me. And you guys always end up calling me, 20 minutes, 30 minutes before the show. It's just very disrespectful, man. You know what I'm saying? Shit. What's going on, everybody in the chat room? Today the market was so, man. I think I'm really excited for the people who got in on me with POTN. The dividends just kind of keep on coming in, man. But, I got to admit to you, I'm out. I am out. All right. POTN. Thank you again, ladies and gentlemen. Today, March 13th, 2017. Overall, the market's still looking pretty good, even though the SPY today was up, barely 0.1%. Let me see, where are we at now? 237.81. Shout out to everybody. What's going on, Bad Scientist? Yeah, I see that. And hey, Bad Scientist, your method works for Forex too, by the way, man. I put somebody onto that 4 and 8, and they're using it for Forex, and they're doing very, very well. So shout out to Bad Scientist for that 4 and 8 exponential moving average and letting us know how to use that. All right, got people already in the chat room. What's going on, the beautiful Cora Lee? Joseph, what's going on, Joe? Investors hang out in the building. Thomas Janik, or Tomas Janik. Hopefully I'm pronouncing your name right. Brian Knight, Javier Rogers, what's good? It's been a minute since I've seen you around here. Money Stay Woke, Henry Ramos, Sinclair, Izzy Jules. What's up, Izzy Jules? Q de Mayo. Who else was in here, man? A lot of other people who are already in the building. So shout out to all of you guys, and thank you for joining me here on the show. Again, this is episode 140. And let me see here. Bring up my biggest gainers list because I want to see what other stocks were up. But the one stock that I keep waiting for to correct, but doesn't want to come down, ladies and gentlemen, that's AUPH. In fact, I wrote it today. I had to write it a little bit today. AUPH, a penny stock that just a couple of days ago, I think 2.5 weeks ago, we were talking about AUPH at, what was that, 3 something? And now we're up over $7. $7 now in almost a week and a half in AUPH. Absolutely insane what's going on right now in the stock AUPH. I mean, I don't know what the top is. I don't know how far this is going to go. All I know is that it's continuing to go higher and higher and higher and higher. And if you're in it, you can't complain. But it's scary to ride this every day because you don't know where the top is in the stock and how far it's going to continue to go higher. You really don't know. You really just don't know. But I got to give it, props for everybody who's in the stock. By all means, you're making a killing. You're making a killing. What got the stock going higher was news that was, again, now almost 2 weeks old. and the stock is still running. Wasn't even that great to begin with. Wasn't even that great to begin with. We got a caller here already. Treasure Hunter, what's up? You're on the air.
What's up, Sal? What's happening? What's happening with you?
Doing good. What you got for us today, man?
Oh, man. Well, another good day in the market today. Great day in the market today. Between finally got my transmission fixed and up and running. Be heading down the track here shortly. But I did make a couple of good trades in today.
Okay.
One of them is ESES.
Yeah, that was a hot stock almost a week and a half ago today. It got back on the radar with the movement today. So still spotty volume, but you liked it today.
Yeah, well, I don't like that. Hold on, how can I say? I don't like that one as much as I like this new one. I read the charts. I wish I would have put more into it. INNL.
Okay.
Yeah, I made a killing on that one. And I want to see, how I don't do the indicators. Yeah, I want you to find out your fancy indicators are going to run more. If it's going to run more, I'll probably put more.
Yeah, I mean that was the stock today. I mean that was the classic. The stock moved higher, then started consolidating an hour in, and then sure enough, after it braked above its intraday high that it had set in the morning, that was the one you had to buy.
More and more.
Yeah, you had to buy that.
If the market didn't close at 4, bro, I think that bitch would have went higher.
Yeah, I mean, you saw more buying into the close. I mean, it was an aggressive stock, well above the 4 and 8 for those of you guys who use that. It used the 20-day moving average as, after the stock gapped up the first intraday high, the stock actually started to hug the 20-day moving average using that as support, even though individuals were taking profits, those who bought here at consolidation.
It reminded me of Dries, I know. They were selling, and soon it dropped. It was smart people like us, boom, 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 bought the drop, and it rose up more and more and more.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, they saw that support there at the 20-day moving average, and people bought. And sure enough, the stock continued to go higher into the day. So nice trade for anybody who got in it. I mean, it was just a winner for anybody who got into this stock, well above until what was that, almost to like 230 or so. You pretty much made some money on this stock. So INNL definitely on the list for tomorrow. Who knows whether or not it's going to continue or not. But again, that was the momentum play for the day for sure.
Yeah, I would say something this strong. I mean, I hope that it run tomorrow, but we know the third day. Most likely it'll probably hopefully run tomorrow, but maybe not as strong. But who knows? Maybe watching your show, somebody might be watching watching the indicators, or not indicators, but tickers, and be like, "Oh, honey, I want to put a house payment." I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Well, of course. Look, the stock will gap up higher tomorrow because again, I've always said, when you have especially NASDAQ stocks like this that end up triple digits, these guys come home and they see that and they want a part of that. So you will have investors who are right now in their computers putting in orders for the stock tomorrow. So you will have those MOO orders or market on open orders for INNL, but whether or not they'll be buying at those higher prices, we'll see. That's what you want to find out.
Yeah, it reminded me almost like Dries, the way it kept going up and up and up and up.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I got to my boy show on this one, let him know what's up.
Exactly.
Yeah. But, just keep your eyes open, for especially the INNL, bro. Remind me of that little Dries, hopefully keep running. At least 2 days, third day, we all know what's up, but,
Oh, yeah, appreciate it, man. Thanks for the call, Treasure Hunter.
Yeah, the main time, man.
All right. So, yeah, solid little plays he likes there for tomorrow. I like his INNL the most. Of course, that was, if you wanted to make some money today, that was the play. Obviously, AUPH, for those of you guys who have been watching it since last week, but if you were looking for a solid momentum play today, was INNL, and you had some moves to make in the market, or you had a day trade, that was the one you wanted to take. 251, you on the air? What's up?
Yo, what's up, Sam?
What's going on, man?
This is Anthony, man. I sent you that tweet out, man, about CBR.
Yeah. I mean, I remember you calling about it, man. And it's so funny because that's just how it happens sometimes. I mean, you just wake up and a stock that you're in, you didn't think was doing anything, all of a sudden gaps up higher, and you're sitting on a quite a bit of change. So now, obviously, you're up over 100% in the stock. I mean, what are you doing about it now?
130. I cashed out.
Okay.
So I think it's gonna run again a little bit tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was I saw two nice candles at the end of the at the end of the close. So I'm thinking it's gonna run a little bit tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
But I took my I took my profits, man. I got out.
Yeah. I mean, I think that was a smart move. I think that was a really smart move. I mean, the stock, again, this is one that we made some money on when it dropped, but I don't even know what the news was what that had it gapping up higher like that. I think it was merger proposal. Yeah, okay, I see here. Merger proposal with another company and valued at 75 cents a share. Okay, wow, so still below the proposed merger price. So that's really interesting. Yeah, you might see that continue to go higher a little bit tomorrow if that news gets verified in some other statements here coming soon. So all right.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking for the market to really turn around and do a whole lot better than what it's been doing.
Yeah. But you're out the stock now. So obviously, you made some money on it. What are you looking to move into now to build upon these gains?
I don't know. I'm gonna listen to y'all and check out comments and different things that everybody is talking about, and I'm gonna put that money over there into that and continue to build on it.
That's what it is, man. Appreciate it. Thank you so much for the call, man.
All right, sir.
All right. So, I mean, Anthony got some profits, and he's called up a couple times on CBR. He got a little frustrated. He wasn't sure what was going to happen, and, I remember him calling and said he watched the stock literally go into the money and then watch it pull right back, and he ended up with a loss. So I know he was really excited today when he, opened up his trading account and realized how much higher he was in, the stock. So good one. Yeah. You guys see how somebody brought up the fact, who was that? Brought up that my chat box is working now. I told you the only time it doesn't work is on Fridays. That's when it doesn't work, man. That's when it doesn't work. All right. Appreciate it, guys. Okay, so I haven't seen CBR based on that merger news. CBR, INNL, I like those two. Someone brought up USEI. My thing about USEI is that unless I'm seeing, triple digits in the account, I'm not even worried about it. All right, I'm not even worried about it. Again, I don't know if we have any POTN people in here, but let me know. 919, you're on the air. What's up?
Hey, Sal, it's Bat Scientist. How are you today?
Hey, doing good, man. What you got for us today, Bats?
I've got SBOT for you, after hours, SBOT.
Okay, FBOT.
S as in Samantha, B as in boy, O as in orange, T as in Tom. SBOT.
SBOT. Stellar Biotechnologies. All right, so the stock...
after hours news came out.
Okay, so let's see here. 4 hours ago, entered into a technology transfer and purchase agreement. All right, so it looks like SBOT is going to come into a little bit of cash here. Okay.
Correct, and it's up 17% after hours. It was up today roughly about 5%. After hours shot up another 17%.
Mm-hmm.
Closed at 171, and it's now at $2. So I got in, off of my Robinhood Gold account, got in at the $2 price point. I'm hoping, well, not hoping, I think we'll have momentum going into tomorrow.
Oh, yes.
It's a low float stock. I think 6 or 7 million is the float. So we'll see if it goes. That's really all I wanted to mention. Besides gold and silver, watch those two commodities because this is the second day in a row that both are up. So if you want the cheap gold, go for PPP or MUX. If you want the cheap silver, go for GPL. But yeah, just watch gold and silver. That's the second point I wanted to mention. And that's all I have for you guys today.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it so much, Bats. Thank you for the call, man.
Thank you, sir. Take care.
All right. So, I mean, Bad Scientist, I actually like his calls there on gold and silver, the GPL and MUX solid one, too. It's always got decent volume that you can be able to jump into. Cheap stock that you can get, a good 10-15% when it has a really good catalyst. And right now, obviously, the Treasury moves that they're thinking about making is really got gold and silver and commodities hot right now. So we'll see what happens as that goes into Wednesday and a Fed decision possibly coming down that day, or maybe even Thursday. But he talked about SBOT. And SBOT, as you saw there on the news, they are coming into a little bit of cash. The stock was up almost 5% today. So obviously the word was already out and people were taking positions. And that's the thing, people share with the family and friends. And sure enough, people took positions. 71,000 shares traded today. Obviously, that was probably insider buying, or maybe just people, buying from insiders. The word gets spread. And here, I can see here, that's that big dark red line. That's the 200-day moving average. So the stock will shoot above that. In fact, it's actually above what he said. He said 15% after hours. I got 22% right now, sitting at $2 a share after hours. So you're above the 200-day moving average. That's a good sign for that stock. And he's absolutely right. This is a low float stock. So one you got to put on your list to watch tomorrow too. All right, if you got some trades available. All right, SBOT. I would watch for that. Be careful because you might have a gap higher, a gap opening, and that's kind of scary because again you want to make sure there are going to be buyers out there to catch you if you decide to go in that early. Those kind of stocks I like playing into the pullback. All right. What's going on, Speaker Knocker? You check out Bar Chart. Yeah, Bar Chart is really good for research too. Bar Chart. Another one of my favorites is MarketBeat.com for the NASDAQs. All right, not necessarily OTC stuffs, but for the NASDAQ stuffs and whatnot. Bar chart, you got to be careful, especially using bar chart for OTCs, because bar chart is easily manipulated by volume. All right, so bar chart, bad for OTCs, but everything else is pretty good, especially when it's got solid, daily trading volume. All right, I see some of you guys talking about the MJs. Some of you guys, MCOA very bearish here recently. I still have that breakout price. It's a stock that I've been following at 0.0685. So unless it gets back to that, I don't even want to look at it anymore. And I do have the alert at that 0.0685. It can run though. It is a stock that can run and has a lot of people looking into it. Brian Knight, you said you're in POTN. All right. You said took half the profits. Yeah, I mean, I mentioned that last week that I was only unhappy with the fact that it didn't happen earlier. But, I mean, look, what was it, like 11 days? So 11 days to earn what's now turned into I want to say 60 to 65% on your money. That's pretty good. All right, ETRM at 605 after that reverse split, as you guys know. ETRM now still below the 200-day moving average. It was a bearish stock before. If you guys remember, they did the reverse split just to stay compliant. So that stock will continue to go down, until it kind of starts doing something. ACAL, let me see what's going on with ACAL. ACAL was a stock that, as you see here, 13%. Obviously, that wasn't the high of the day. You got a lot higher. You got some people hanging up there at 2 cents a share. I do remember seeing this at about 20. I think it was like you got it to a high of almost 30% for the day before cooling off. Here. And I hate it when a stock, runs like that and then towards the end, the last hour and a half, all of a sudden you lose just 10% just like that after a big holder decides just to dump. All right. But then again, that could be you. That guy who got in at the triples or in the low doubles. You know, you got an incredible gain you're sitting on, volume's coming in. All of a sudden, you just let loose and dump your whole position. Let me see here. AEMD. NASDAQ play, 237,000 shares today. The average is only 22,000. So this is a relatively illiquid stock putting on some gains today. As you can see, you had movement in the stock today, but obviously in certain time ranges between noon and 10. So up almost $1 a share. I see the news that got it higher. A clinical study on their hemo purifier. The conclusion of their hemo purifier clinical study. All right, 237,000 shares traded today. What was as you can see here, here's the daily chart. And again, this is volume that this stock hasn't seen in a long time. All right, going back as far as August of 2016. And when we saw volume like that, which was actually a lot more aggressive. Okay, let's see, does it turn into a multiple day run though? That's what you want to find. You want to find that. So I'll put AEMD, obviously a more expensive stock. You're getting into the $5 range now. You know, you got $1 of value being added in one day. But, you know, I would watch and see maybe this is possibly could be a multiple day situation. Here was that buy right there where you sit, you know, right below the Bollinger Band. That would have been a beautiful buy. What was that? March 8th? That would have been a great high probability chance for a run up right there at 308, 315. Sure enough. Let me see. AEMD looking nice there. AEMD looking nice. The NASDAQ's been killing it, man. The NASDAQ has really been killing it. Although you're not seeing that in the Russell 2000. If you're following the Russell 2000, the IWM ETF, you know, that's actually being used to justify what people are saying could be the end of the Trump run. But I think, though, that's just dealing with whatever it's dealing with. But IWM has shown a top, and it's actually starting to reverse. In fact, most of its gains, its top 20% of its gains have eroded over the last week and a half. People still talking about PIP. And PIP, as you guys know, you know, PIP had the gap down. All right, so you're still waiting on PIP to really do some things. What's going on, Matt Cantu? iTech up 4%. That was after a gap down to start the year. All right, so that's those biotech plays and those gap downs. You know, you can definitely play those if you got a lot of support. You're just waiting for it to get back into that middle space. And again, we talked about this on Thursday. You never know how long it'll take for you to, you know, to get there, to actually start doing that, where it starts recovering those losses from huge gap downs. All right, again, PTIE. You guys love these plays. Is Tim Sykes talking about plays like this a lot? Because I notice when Tim starts talking about a particular, you know, design or trade setup, it ends up here on my show. PTIE up 16%. Last 3 days, decent volume, 2.7 million shares traded today alone. So PTIE well above 4 and 8. Now you're also riding the bands higher in PTIE. Proposed merger, Q de Mayo. Okay, I see you. I see you on that one. PTIE, yeah. AHPI. Yeah, if I hear about another penny promotion, I'll let you know. But again, it's all about, you know, who's doing it and whether or not I think they can deliver on some gains. AHPI I don't know. What are you guys seeing in AHPI? I'm seeing here on the daily chart. I'm seeing a chart that's having a stock that's having a hard time getting above the 50-day moving average on the dailies. You're actually showing a lot of bearish momentum. Volume is pretty much non-existent. That's why I'm not even looking at, you know, the intraday. You know, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't play it. I wouldn't play it. I wouldn't play it unless you know some news. GLUU, man, GLUU. Yeah, here's your buy confirmation. There was on the 9th. Your buy confirmation there was on the 9th, where the 4 and 8 crossed, and then you got confirmation on the 10th, and sure enough, you have, you know, a spinning top right at the top of the 20-day moving average. Right on the top of the 20-day moving average. And now you have the stock hunting the 50, which is just below it, and then the 200. Is that the 200? Yep, that is the 200 right on top of that. Interesting move there. 704, you're on the air. What's up?
Hey, Sal. This is Astrid. How are you?
Oh, doing good. How are you?
Good, good. So I've been doing some studying of the the major candlesticks and stuff like that.
Okay.
Can you look at BMXC for me and just share your thoughts? I'm trying to really understand what the chart is showing. This company has a purchase order for 1.1 million deliveries that's supposed to be completed in May, and then they're supposed to be launching their diapers on Amazon on April 4th. So they have some news that's, some stuff that's supposed to be happening.
Okay. OTC play, okay. All right. It looks like it's got decent volume coming in ever since the end of the year. Do you know?
Yeah.
Did you? I mean, since you studied a little bit on the company, do you know what was the reason for that strong move downward in late October?
Oh, I don't. I should know that, huh?
Well, yeah, I would just wonder why because that was a very, very aggressive selling. It looks like over the course of, I want to say maybe a week or so, you had the stock lose well over, maybe, that's almost like 70% of its value there back in October, or late September, early October. Again, I was just curious on that. Obviously, these last couple of days you've been funneling between 0.0354 to a low now 0.0239. You're at the end of the Bollinger Band.
Oh wait, what's that? The Bollinger Band?
Oh yes, okay. So that's an indicator I use called Bollinger Bands. You might want to look into that too. I would write that down, study that a little bit. I think that could help you trade these OTCs better, because it also gives you a good range on when to come in on some of these plays. So with that being said, I think you've got some solid support here, and you're at the low end of the band, which I actually like it where you are now at this RSI, and with this kind of volume too. So
okay.
Yeah, but again, find out what created the sell-off back in October, and I think that would really help you identify whether or not this news that you have right now is actually something that can follow through with.
Bring it up. Okay. All right. I will. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Thanks for the call.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I mean, she's trying to figure out whether or not it's worth trading and holding for that gain, right? Because, I mean, that 200-day moving average is at 30 cents. That's an incredible return if she can get back up there. That could be a solid trade. How long it'll take her, I mean, it's already been almost 4 months till the stock, almost 5 months now since the stock dropped like that. Thanks for the BBS. Yeah. What's going on, Sir Rock Jones? OPMZ. But yeah, Ingrid, I think you're headed in the right direction though. You're headed in the right direction. I like that. You're headed in the right direction. OPMZ, okay, looks like out of control buying for 1 day. Wait for the confirmation on that first. 181% gain today. Look for the confirmation on that. Here's OPMZ. Obviously, looks like an email went out or something like that. Here was the 5-minute chart today. All right. Look at it. You had basically the whole day, and all of a sudden, at exactly 3 o'clock, a lot of buying came into OPMZ, looking like a pump to me. 904, you're on the air. What's up?
Hey, talk to me about CBR, Sam. CBR.
Yeah, we definitely talked about it. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, we talked about CBR already, man. CBR did a real good thing. Look for, possible, another run tomorrow because as we already saw on the show, the news that dropped, the stock where it's trading at now is still below that merger price. 469, you're on the air. What's up?
Hey, what's up, Sal, man? This is Chris, man.
Oh, what's going on, Chris? What you got for us, man?
Yeah, from Dallas, man. Looking at the ICLD and played that one and then got out of it thinking that it was going to pull back, man,
Yeah.
and it never did.
That's been tearing it up, man. I can't explain why ICLD is running like this. I mean, you're talking about now, what is it, almost 2 weeks?
3.
3 weeks? Yeah, almost 3 weeks now.
3 weeks, yeah.
ICLD, yeah. I mean, people are just buying it. And I looked at the 10K. Yeah, I mean, it's not a company to really, like that. But, I mean, people are buying it. People are buying it, man.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, I don't know, man. I just got some mixed feelings about it. I bought it and then I got out of it and wanted to enter back in, but it never pulled back to the price I wanted. Now I'm kicking myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Okay.
Don't have any other real plays other than OMHE.
OAHE?
No, OMHE.
OMHE. Okay, Omni Health. All right, I remember. I've heard about this company. All right, so Omni Health, 4% move today. But yeah, this is a company that's been struggling for some time. But you think the selling is over here?
Yeah, I think with the volume coming in, people buying. The news came out late last week. Could give them a few days, see if it's gonna do anything,
Mm-hmm.
and hopefully it increases in volume and we can make some good profits on it.
Okay. All right. We'll definitely be watching it, man. It's on the list. Appreciate it, man.
All right, thanks a lot.
All right. So again, ICLD, the stock is just continuing to go higher and higher and higher when we talk about ICLD. I'm completely shocked. I am completely shocked, when we talk about that stock. He's absolutely right. It's almost been, you're talking about well over now a week and a half, through 3 weeks and a half now, where the stock is just continuing to go higher and higher and higher and higher and higher. All right. And it's just been a monster. It's been a monster, man. You're way hot. You've been over the RSI since the 9th. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But do your thing. ICLD, do your thing. Do your thing. All right, 215, you're on the air. What's up?
What's up, Sal? How are you doing?
Doing good. Who am I speaking with?
Karen from Jamaica.
All right, Karen, what you got for us, man?
Can you check out GMAN?
GMAN.
Tell me what you think about that.
All right, Gorman Stores. 8 cents a share. All right, so the company filed for bankruptcy today. Now, I'm curious. Why would you want to play a stock like this that's just filed bankruptcy?
Because I read the news and I saw something about petition has been filed and something like that. So it was at negative 41%, and then when that news came out, it's up like 28% after hours. So I was just kind of curious.
Okay, let me look at that right now. GMAN. Okay, so you're still down after hours. Still down after hours. Okay. Again, man, bankrupt companies, I just don't like them. Just too risky. Again, this is a stock that probably will end up being delisted and will move over to the OTC and just trade with a Q symbol. So I don't. It's not something I would get into. In fact, I think you might actually end up getting a lot lower here. Being that it's so cheap, man, you got to be real careful, because now every tick you're looking at possibly, an instant 10, 12% being rubbed off, on your value. So be very careful here. But I just think there are better stocks that you can find some money in, man.
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
Appreciate it, man. I just, risk reward is just not worth it when you talk about bankrupt stocks, especially a stock that's going to be bankrupt but doesn't have the Q yet. Because as soon as it gets the Q, he's at 8 cents now. It hasn't been delisted yet. It will be delisted. So that's another, maybe 4 cents that's going to rub off. It just don't make sense right now. Mr. Lloyd, you want to call in? Give me a call, man. Looking for you to call in, bro. You said I would short it. Nah, not an 8 cent stock. You got to remember, if you short, if you had some inside information on this, I would have shorted it at, $3 or $4 up here. If again, this is a stock that was probably losing on fundamentals, it would have been a great short at these higher prices. But now at 8 cents, there's no meat on the bone to short, because you got to remember, for most of your brokers, all your brokers, you got to put up to $2.50. So $2.50 for every share. It's only got 8 cents on it. It's not even worth it. 321, you're on the air. What's up?
Hello, Sarah. How are you? This is Carol again. ICLD.
Oh, yes. Hey, how are you?
I'm good. I bought about $5,000 today, and I'm good. How about GASS? Can you give me some input on that?
You said GSS?
Yeah, GASS.
GASS. All right. So GASS Stealth Gas. Deep Sea Freight. All right. So this has a lot of very bullish momentum in the stock. And let me see here.
Wait, no.
So you recently tested at 467. Now, the only thing I don't like about this is I don't like the volume. The volume is relatively low in this stock.
Wait, now, did I spell that right?
Yeah, is it Stealth Gas Incorporated?
I think so.
Yeah.
What are you showing the price of it? It is a penny stock.
Well, I have it at $4.14, ma'am.
Oh, I don't think that. Maybe I gave you the wrong one. Okay, but I still have my ICLD. I came in I think I bought it. I started to buy it at 1 cent. So now we are up above 8 cents.
You are sitting in a lot of money here. I mean, are you just going to continue to ride it as long as it goes higher, or you have an idea where you want to get out?
I watch it every day.
Yeah.
I bought about $10,000. I watch it every day.
There it is. Thank you so much, ma'am.
I have an alert on it, So when it starts to pull back, I'm going to, pull out.
All right. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. So she's sitting in the money, heavy in the money on ICLD. And did I hear her when she said she bought 10,000? Or is it 10,000 shares? Do you think? I think she probably meant 10,000 shares, right? 10,000 shares at a penny? I don't think she meant $10,000 at a penny, right? Because if that's the case, now she's sitting well over almost $100,000. If that was the case. Mr. Lloyd, 2006. What's up, man?
What's up? What's up, man? What's going on, man? Everybody making money, but old broke Lloyd here. Let me tell you, me and this stock got some badass relationships, man. I got punked out of a position today. I mean, punked hard. I told you last week that if I held AutoZone this till Friday, I would have had $1,200. Well, it went down to it's AZO, so AZO.
Mm-hmm.
It went down to 713 this morning, and I got scared. I was on my way to work. I said, "Fuck, I can't. You know what? I'm going to just cut my losses."
Mm-hmm.
And that bitch had the nerve to go to fucking 730.
Yeah, man.
And I'm pissed.
That was
everybody making money.
That was a monster today, man. AutoZone was a monster today. Look at that. Obviously, if you played the options today on AutoZone, you made a killing. Jeez.
But you know what the crazy thing? The crazy thing is, man. I knew that it was going to go. However, the problem is that I find is that I don't know when, and I need to go with my gut feeling instead of trying to. When you go to stock twist, and you say, "Oh, people got the bear shit up," and you get all scared, and so I say, I'm just cutting my losses. But yeah, man. So everything is I gotta play, but it's in the oversold part right now that I bought in lieu of AZO. It's SNGX. So SNGX. I went ahead and pulled it up on the scan, and I got in at
all right. So SNGX, NASDAQ Sologenics. Sologenics. Okay, decent volume, above average volume today. I do see a couple.
I got in at 260.
260. All right, SNGX. Yeah, you're hot, but you're not. Okay, so yeah, you're definitely hot on the RSI, but you're not crazy.
Yes.
All right, you're not crazy.
Well, I might have to sell out tomorrow. Yeah, that RSI is sitting up there pretty high right now. And, and I don't want to take no chances, man. But let me ask you, how often do you get punked out of a position? And that shit like AZO happens to you?
I mean, when you get so you were thinking the stock was going to go down. Is that what you're trying to say?
Right. I was already down like $200 in the morning, and I had $1,200 sitting on the line. So either I was going to make $1,200, I was going to lose $1,200. So I was only had $1,000 left in the stock. So I didn't. When I'm working, I don't have time to be looking at charts.
Yeah.
And so I said, okay, I'm gonna just go ahead and cut my loss on the spread. And as soon as I take my ass to work, that motherfucker started to run.
Yeah,
I
think actually that run was warranted, man, because when you look at, again, going back to your AZO AutoZone, you had that spinning top that was like actually below the Bollinger Band. So that's actually a buy signal. I mean, that's a strong buy signal. Then you got the confirmation move of the bearish action, the bullish action across the 4 and the 8. So you had to buy that all day, and that's actually, and it hugged it. As soon as it got on top of the 20-day moving average, it never let go. Right. So, and yeah, you had bullish confirmation all day. So that morning, your first candle in the 15-minute chart, especially when you see that spinning top, that's your buy signal. So
that shit sold, but shit sold off this morning, and so when it sold off this morning, I panicked, and I let my emotions get to me, even though I don't supposed to. But as much as we try and train our minds to not let the emotions get to us, I guess it just depends on the fucking day for you to get all scared. So so I'm trying hard, and that's still my toughest battle, is not let my emotions get to me, and be confident in my trading, and basically I based that chart going up based off the bullish Haremy that was sitting at the bottom. I knew it was sitting there, but however, when it started tanking, I learned to cut my losses quickly instead of just trying to ride it out. You know what I'm saying? So. But I ain't gonna hold up, man. Shit, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, but Mr. Lloyd, I'm just curious. What brought up SNGX on your radar here? Is there some news that you were expecting to come out, or?
No. So basically, it was just like that, and I'm gonna tell you something. Every time I call out a play on here, I think you got, I can swear, it's not Tim Sykes. Who's that? Clay Trader listening to this shit because should be shorted in the morning, and I feel like a dumbass that the shit's going up. So I already feel like the stock that I got in is already at top. So basically, I I ran a volume scan, unusual volume scan.
Okay.
And let me
definitely
look at the other criteria real quick. Give me 1 second.
It's almost twice.
Unusual volume and RSI was at 40. So basically, I looked at the candle pattern and I just got in for a quick scalp. But when I'm using my Robinhood account, I don't have a lot of money in there, so I'm only getting like $30 or $40 at a time. So it just allows me to. When you lose big, you always feel like the urge to play something else. So I just use my Robinhood account to kind of, feed that craving like I need to get into something. Because you feel like that once you lose big, you feel like you need to hop into something else. So I don't want to use my larger account and blow it up. So I'd rather use something smaller and just fuck around with that and get my $30, $40 and just be content with it, even though I just lost $200 messing around with something else. So, but yeah, man, it's hard to call in now. What the hell's going on? Y'all need to wait for me to call in first. I gotta fight everybody to call in.
Yeah, man, the show's growing, man. The show's growing. It is, but man, I appreciate you every time you call in, man.
Hey, man, thank you, Sal, for everything, man, and I hope you have a good day, sir.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Mr. Lloyd. Thank you so much, Mr. Lloyd, for the call. Always happy to hear from one of my first listeners. 256, you're on the air. What's up? 256, you're on.
All right. This is Felix.
All right, Felix, what you got for me, man?
I know we talked about PLX some time back, and will you kindly look the PLX now? It looks good again.
Yeah, PLX. I mean, we talked about it back on the 10th. I see here the 10th. We talked about it. Yeah, that was Friday's show. We talked about it, as well as I see here PLX listed on the Tuesday show, which was the 7th. But yeah, PLX, man. I mean, now you've got 2 days in a row, 2 business days in a row of gains in PLX, and you're still sitting. All right, so toward. Let me see here. Let me get back into the 5-minute. Let me see what the 5-minute looks like. All right, so you're still well above. And you had a solid open today, too, in PLX. Nothing crazy. Just pure buying into the open. Consolidation. 30 minutes in, but you had buyers. The stock is really hugging that 20-day moving average until you had a slight breakdown today at 3. But other than that, PLX is setting up nice, though. It's kind of, I think I would.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Yeah, it looks really good. I think you want to pay attention to that 147, 148, and make sure that the stock can find some of the, that momentum, continue it going higher above there, because I see now that's your wall now, that 147, 148, because if you see 148, 147, especially. A stock beating the previous day's highs within the first hour and a half, that's a really, really good sign. Especially if you have strong volume too.
Yeah, so you also talked about ICLD. I know ICLD was good today, and I still have like 12,000 shares on ICLD, and it looks like it's still going up.
Yeah, oh yeah, ICLD is, man, I'm not even going to touch that ICLD because I don't even know how far this can keep going. I mean, we've had OTC stocks like ICLD and others go, 700, 800, 900%. ICLD now up almost 800%. And who knows how far that can keep going. So just enjoy it, man. Just enjoy it.
All right. Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
See you in the chat room.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, ICLD, just enjoy it. But PLX, man, same here. But again, you got a little bit of a top there at 148, 147. See what happens to it. Tomorrow. See what happens to it tomorrow. Because when I look at PLX, today's the first day in its run where you started seeing selling into the close. So that's the only thing that has me alarmed on it. But other than that, man, see what happens. 704, you on the air. What's up?
What's going on, my brother?
What's going on? Who am I speaking with, man?
The guy that you blocked last Friday, Alex.
Oh, Alex. Alex Montez, I blocked you, bro?
Yeah, you did, brother.
Why did I block you, man?
That's really fucked up, man.
Why did I block you?
Because you were talking about races, and I don't know, man.
Did you say something racist, Alex?
Yeah, you guys were talking about races and how Hispanics try not to mixing with their own race and shit. Yeah, but that's irrelevant, man. I'm driving. I'm not even listening to your show because I'm on my car. But I know you were on the air. Hey, listen, I just want your advice. I don't know if you guys have talked about this stock, but I'm kind of keeping an eye on it. RNN.
RNN. Rexon.
Is it kind of late to jump in or wait for a pullback?
I think you got a start of the pullback. Looks like toward the close today. Let me see here if on the daily chart though.
It's kind of pulling back a little bit, but I don't think it still has.
Oh, did yeah. I see here where when I pulled up the daily chart, you're actually still really high. Okay. Yeah, man. I think you're really, really high on this one. That's a long wick too at the top of that candle. So I think you've got some hesitation developing now in RNN, man. I think you will get that pullback you want here pretty soon.
Yeah, and that's when it's a good time to jump in, right?
Yes, of course, yeah. If you get a strong pullback with support, that's the thing. It's not enough just to have a pullback. You've got to have a pullback that eventually develops into some support that's confirmed, and then you take the trade. But I'm not seeing it just yet, but you might get that here shortly because I see that's a pretty long wick on top of that. So there's some hesitation there.
All right, 10-4, man. I'm on my way home. I just got off from work, man. So I'll keep it up, man.
Appreciate it. Thanks for the call, man.
All right, man. Bye.
All right. Yeah, I mean, shout out to Alex for being a real one. Alex was a real one. I mean, he like, look, man, I said some racist shit. So, I had to block you. Okay. Yeah. Friday was the real deal, and that, as I said, man, the Friday shows get into other people's skin, man. Some people, can't tolerate it. As I told you, YouTube fucks with me, and my chat room doesn't work and shit like that. For the most part, people know what it is. They know what it is. It ain't that serious for people to try to go off and shit. You said, do you want any online gurus ever give you shit? Yeah, of course, man. Of course. I'm giving away their shits for free and stuff like that. And for those of you guys who want that part 2 of the foos, go to wealthlibrary.org, and that's my little site where I'm going to start throwing up these guys' videos. All right, and the file is so fucking big. I didn't want to be up all day loading it onto a torrent site, so just go to wealthlibrary.org. It's up there, and it's just a little page that I have, and I sit the files on there. You can download it, just like the way I had you guys download Tim Sykes' How to Make Millions. All right. Yeah, Dom Will. I got yeah, for sure. You absolutely right, Sinclair. Man, I don't know how far we can talk about Snap, man. I mean, look, Snap. I let you guys know what my ideas on Snap was. So I've always said it, and I'm going to stick by it. I think Snap is a piece of shit. I think it's a stock that will very well within the next year, 2 years, we're going to see this possibly at half of what it's trading at now. This will be a penny stock within the next 2 to 3 years. Okay. Yeah, we talked about CBR. CBR, continue to look for it. To continue to look for CBR tomorrow. Possible movement on that one. Let me see here. I see somebody bringing up MYDX. MYDX, stupid moves, man. That stock is making some real stupid moves. MYDX, here's the hourly chart. I saw some buying going into. It's real slick because I can see here they loaded up on the 10th. You see these buys here in MYDX? And obviously the pump happened today. And you're seeing some loading before that on Friday. people took some positions. So they're selling it to you guys. Find out why it's open, though. I mean, why it's higher. But more than likely, it's probably a pump. More than likely, it's probably a pump. You said options for snaps, Master? Yeah, so, I mean, are they available yet? Because last time I looked, Snap didn't have any options available. Yeah, they didn't have any options available. Well, I'll check it out. What's going on, Bovash? BLIN at 91 cents a share. BLIN at 6%. Bridgeline Digital. All right, so the stock, all right, yeah, looks starting to look a little bearish here, but again, I see the spinning top right there on the 20-day moving average. And again, I'm looking at the hourly chart just to get a good sense of what the stock is doing. Here is the daily. So the daily is still up pretty nicely in March for the most part. You're on top. All right, so I don't like that candlestick, but we'll see. That's a lot of hesitation, man. That's a lot of hesitation in BLIN, Bovash. Let me know what you think about it, though, man. That's a long-ass top wick, bro, on that daily chart. Let's see here. Trading Jedi ears. Yeah, I know we're going through a lot of stocks, ladies and gentlemen, but again, you know, this is for you to write down the ones you're interested in, and you'll do your research on it. And if I look at Trading Jedi's ears, and ears is a runner, by the way, folks. It has ran before. You can go through some of the charts on ears. The thing about it is that it doesn't necessarily hold its gains very, very well. Because if I'm correct, I believe that the primary trend is bearish for the most part. The primary trend is pretty bearish, but he could be looking at a short-term reversal that looks like it started as far back as the 9th, where you have nice 3-day candles here, 3 days of solid candles in the stock. But there is some hesitation going today, too. All right. All right, appreciate that, Trading Jedi. Yeah, I like the volume that you're seeing in it too. Okay. Last 2 days especially, almost 2 million shares traded in it. MMEX, yeah. I mean, MMEX is a scam, man. MMEX is a scam, but look, sure enough, it ran today. I mean, that's what scams do. On even lower volume. Okay, so that lets you know they're prepping you up. That lets you know they're prepping you up. Sometimes on huge dumps, let me tell you guys, sometimes when they pump stocks on huge dumps, on huge dump days, you'll have company owners go into the market and buy shares to make it look like there's still a run, just to prepare people for the next day to dump on you again. This company reached out to me and tried to get me to, or somebody involved in the pump. I'm not mentioning their name. I mentioned that on Twitter. They tried to get me to talk about the stock for 30 minutes for $1,000. They said they would talk to me and, or they wanted me to talk about the company for 30 minutes straight, nothing else, and they give me $1,000. I was like, fuck that. Yeah. Personally, because, you know, the company is shit. The company is shit. All right. I'm not going to put my name on that bullshit. RNN, but sure. I mean, yeah, huge gains today. But again, I can almost assure you that's insider buying. I can almost assure you that's insider buying to trick you. You're talking about OTC stocks, man. There's so many stories I could let you guys know. There's some real shady shit. RNN, yeah, we talked about RNN. We just had a guy call up about RNN. So look for RNN to possibly pull back tomorrow on the stock, because that's a huge top wick there, man. There's a lot of hesitation in RNN right now. But it's one that, as you can see here, has had solid volume. So if you have another similar volume day like it did today, I mean, if it puts up another 20 million share day, you could be looking at possibly breaking into, the 60, 65 cent range. You hit 50 cents today. You hit almost 50 cents today. So the pullback in RNN is going to occur because it can't maintain the kind of volume that it's been doing. But if it continues to bring in this kind of volume, man, this might run. Yeah, wealthlibrary.org. Wealthlibrary.org. I'm just slapping all the big torrents over there. So right now I got the Investors Live over there. I'm going to have Tandem Trader over there. All of those 8-hour DVD courses, I'm just going to post them all on that site. That take forever to download on the torrent side. And for those of you guys who, many of you don't know how to use torrents, it's a straight up, hey, download this, sign up, download it, and keep it moving. SPHS, bring up another pick here by Bo Vosh. SPHS, 14% gain today in the stock. Sitting right on top of that, or just below the 50-day moving average. That's quite a run for that stock, man. 1.6 million shares traded with the average of 350,000 typically traded. So what news came out there, Bo Vosh? Coverage initiated by Rodman and Renshaw. So an investment bank initiated coverage on a stock, which basically means that they're starting to track its fundamentals, basically. And that's good for, any kind of, micro cap stock, for an investment bank to start covering it. That usually says, okay, this company is doing some legit business. But you also got to look at the quality of the investment bank covering it. Obviously, if it was Citigroup or Goldman Sachs, I'd be very, very impressed. But for the most part, I mean, you might see this stock pull back based on that excitement getting old here in the next day or two. IG. Yeah, IG. What was that company Intel bought today? Intel bought a company today. We had tracked here. I can't remember the ticker off the top of my head, but Intel bought a company that I know we followed here before. ROX. What's going on, Gregory Hall? ROX with that big move today, 15% gain in the stock. ROX had the huge move late in February. Again, here's the daily chart. I love the consolidation. You had the doji pattern showing almost 4 days straight. And they talk about how in many books you read how consolidation represents, the possibility of a huge move upward or downward happening. And sure enough, ROX delivered some huge gains today based on hesitation from almost 4 days in a row last week. Last week in the stock. ROX, Castle Brands. Mobileye, yes, thank you. Yep, Mobileye. Appreciate it, guys. Yeah, MBLY being bought out. Look at that, man. 28%. Yeah, almost $13 being put on the stock. And again, this was a company that obviously not a penny stock. But let me see here. Yeah, incredible run there for them. You said Option House has snap options? All right. And I bet those puts are getting more and more expensive too. They know it's a bullshit company, man. They know it's all hype. Somebody brought up ALKM at 0007. Looks like you had a run there on ALKM. All right, so now you're back to zero practically. So you got support here if you're looking to get in on ALKM. This is probably where you want to get in. Not my kind of play though, but as you can see there on the chart, this is probably where you want to get in. RLJE. RLJE, Mr. Billionaire XBET founder. Yeah, the only thing I don't like about, his company, Robert Johnson's company, it's Robert L. Johnson Entertainment. He owns like a bunch of hotels and movie complexes and shit like that. He doesn't have no volume in the stock, and it does run when it drops big news, but for the most part, there's no volume. Yeah, there's no volume in it for the most part. RXII, I had an alert there at 72 cents a week ago. I didn't even touch it. But I see here I set up an alert there at 72 cents, and sure enough, we're way above that now. Would have been a good trade. Looking at RXII now. Here, this is the hourly chart because I want to see how I've been breaking down day after day by the hour. And besides some selling last week Friday, for the most part, you get buyers buy those cheaper shares. Again, hugging the 20-day moving average. All right, people bought that up, and now you're sitting really nicely in RXII. So as long as you stay above the 4 and 8, man, stay in the trade, as they say. Stephen Bigelow says that very well. As long as you're, above the 4 and the 8 exponential moving average, you stay in the trade. Again, that's for those of you guys who use that method. All right. You have a video on how to understand charts. Yeah, I don't know. I had mixed feelings on people who were using that Steve Neeson, although I love Steve Neeson. It's more of a Forex kind of base thing. But there's no real video. Unless somebody can tell me, there's no real video, right, on candlesticks from what I know of. Everything that I've learned on candlesticks was reading it. But I will look for that, Nisi. I will look for that. Yeah, we talked POTN, man. It's doing a good thing, but, I don't know how long that's going to last. I'm out of POTN. I got my goal, and I'm out. DMTX. Be very careful with this one because DMTX looks like it's about to lose steam here on DMTX. You got, again, the gravestone doji showing you that the buyers and sellers, the buyers went to war and, have came back with losses of many men. So be very careful. The sellers look to be taking control here. All right, so you barely had what you wanted to see in DMTX. Although you got the 10% gain today, that's a strong gain for anybody. I think when you look at DMTX in the daily chart, let me see here. You ended the day with the gravestone doji, though. Okay. Hold on, I might take that back in DMTX. Because when you go down to the 5-minute chart, you got a strong flagging to the right. Then the band starts to tighten up a little bit. But volume is drying up. Do you see the volume down here in DMTX? In the 5-minute chart especially. All right, so intraday you're losing. All your buying is in the morning, and then you just start to dry up after like noon. Look at that. There's like nothing after noon in the stock. So just be careful on that one, man. Just be careful on that one. Stephen Bigelow candlesticks. Yeah, Stephen Bigelow has a channel. He has a channel on YouTube. Where he teaches candlesticks. So Nisi, I would look him up. Stephen Bigelow. He's got a channel on YouTube where he teaches candlesticks and whatnot. Of course, you can email me, happypennystocks@gmail.com. I can send you that PDF that we trade around here. What's going on, Travis? CIDM. What is that? CIDM. Who brought this up? Melissa. All right, a lot of tightening here. Okay. All right. CIDM. I don't like the volume here, man. It's just very low volume. You're not really getting any real action over the course of almost, 2 months now. Not really getting anything. So, obviously, if it's something that you want to be in for a period of time, you got a lot of support. But there's nothing really going on here. All right, only 50,000 volume, so 50,000 average. That's really low day. Because the average volume is actually 155, and that's still relatively low. But you've got a lot of support at these prices if you're looking for an entry. Yeah, we talked about that. All right, Travis. Travis is talking about dries. Look, I'm just so disappointed in dries. I don't even know what to talk about anymore because I want to see this run so bad, but because every time dries runs, a lot of people make a lot of money that usually don't ever make a lot of money, but will make money on dries. All right, IDTA. I remember bringing IDTA. You guys remember I brought up IDTA to you guys that this would be a Trump Law and Order type of play. All right, so to see 25% on that one, but again, I can't tell you if this is the beginning of anything. Couldn't tell you that because I haven't seen it in the chat rooms. But check out investorshangout.com, man. They're pretty good on catching up on pennies that could run. You got a lot of promoters in there as well. They won't call themselves that, but sure enough, that's what they are. ORRV, 13% gain today. All right. Yeah, I'm not feeling that one. I'm not feeling that one right now. Especially at these prices. I think you could probably get it a little bit cheaper. ORRV got the pullback here. You're just below the 20 in ORRV. Although, yeah, you did have the 13% gain today. But as you see on that day chart, look at that candlestick, though, man. You were a lot higher. So this was pumped today, for whatever reason. And look at all that selling from 0046. That's a huge range. It's a huge range. Let's see, COYN coin. And I don't know if Bad Scientist is still in the building or not. Does he still like coin? Because now that, again, I want to see if this really does flatten out here. Because, yeah, if that 29-cent wall holds up, and he builds on that, obviously the next possible, let me see here. Yeah, he could touch that, very well could touch that 50-day moving average again, which is that 50 cents. But again, will that 29-cent floor hold? Okay, Bats, you still like coin? Okay. Yeah, I think coin, man, if you have another green day tomorrow in coin, like if you get another 2-3 cent day in coin, I would get into that. I would get into that, especially if we see that 29 cent, if it really holds this volume as well as, because the volume is not even crazy. So if it continues just to maintain, its trend here, because it's been very bearish, man. Very bearish. So that 29 cents is acting like a floor in the stock. And if I go down to, you'll see the real support here in let me see the 3 hour. All right, so here's the 3 hour. So you have that support there at 29.30. So you see it a little bit more clearly in these larger time frames. All right, larger hourly time frames. Sometimes in these cheap stocks, you'll be able to, really see support a little bit more clearly. And as you can see here, it's got support at 29 cents, 30 cents. And it's trying to find its way. It's trying to find its way. All right, so you're peeking your head to that 50-day moving average. Louis, BLTA, be very careful. BLTA is a penny stock scam. It has been a scam for a very, very long time. As I've mentioned here on the show, it's a OTC stock that, trying to pass themselves off as an airline that is trying to raise money, to eventually become the, Southwest of, the Northeast. All right. And they're based out of Detroit International Airport, and they're trying to start the airline. But it's basically just a slush fund. That's all it is. Just a way for the owners to raise money. I don't think they're ever interested in actually starting an airline. But the stock is running, and people are going to buy it. But again, not my type of play. All right. Talked about PLX Danger Dave. PLX setting up really good. CRU, this is a stock we haven't talked about recently. SCRU up 63%. Yeah, that was the biggest. It was one of the biggest gainers today on the market on CRU, and CRU has ran before. CRU has ran before. In fact, I think we can go back not too far and see some runs in CRU. As you know, beginning of February, did some things, and sure enough, CRU back at, look at that, that's a monster day today in CRU. You look at the 10-minute chart. Again, it's very tough to play this sometimes because, again, you're not sure because the 4 and 8, it pulled back again the first 30 minutes. That's why I don't like playing that first 30 minutes. Here's the open. You had the gap up open. You're outside the band. Sure enough, it comes back to people who come to their senses. And then here's your support at the 8 exponential moving average, and it rides it up all day, which is really nice, using the 20-day as that floor. So let's look for a possible continuation in CRU. But I did miss CRU today. I did not touch CRU. Saw it running, but didn't touch it. Saw it running, but didn't touch it. So Coin is up after hours? Yeah. I mean, you had a real good technical setup right there in Coin, man. Again, if that 29-cent wall is the real deal, it could build upon that. PPHM. Yeah, that PPHM is a stock many of you guys were excited about. In fact, I remember hearing somebody talking about playing it into earnings, if you guys remember that call. But PPHM, let me see here. We had a good day on the 10th, which is Friday. Monster day today in PPHM. But yes, they did report that Q3 loss. And yep, you're absolutely right. You are down after hours right now in PPHM. Well, actually, no. Hold up here. Oh, yeah, you're right. You are down. You are down. You had 69 cents. Yep, you are down. In fact, it's a low of almost 66 too. Yeah, you're down almost 10 cents a share. Absolutely. Bad scientist. All right. TXHD. Okay, huge sell-off in that one. Huge sell-off in TXHD. Here's the stock now, so you're below the 200 now here on the 10-minute. Let me see here, TXHD. Wasn't a fan about the stock to begin with, okay, so yeah, you're below the 200-day moving average now, so that's your new wall. And I honestly wouldn't touch it until it gets above that. But if you're looking to, you got some support. What is this? The 9th? You got support here on the 9th and the 8th at that 0.033. If you crack that tomorrow, then I wouldn't touch it. But if it holds that 0.033, it could be, the starting point for a possible bounce off those prices if that support is the real deal. And it looks like it will test it tomorrow, as you are right now at 0.035. So you will be testing that tomorrow. Is that coin is up 30% after hours? Yeah, okay. Yeah. Coin. Yeah, that was a good technical setup in coin, man. That was a good technical setup at that 29-cent price. And again, I like looking at those higher hourly intraday charts. And here's that support right there. Let me see if I can draw it up. Here's the support right here. And it's a nice one. I don't know if that line is straight or not. I can't tell on my end, but really nice. I don't know if I'm writing it right here on the screen. But that support, that white line right there, that 29-cent support line, as you see, you bounced off of it. That would have been a really nice setup. Again, you see these in the hourly charts and the hourly time frame. And that 29 cents is acting like, that's the floor and it's bouncing off of it. So that's a good setup, Bats. That's a good setup. BLPH. Yeah, BLPH is a low float runner as well. Stock's been low float. Let me see here. That's a nice setup too. $1.67. Oh, and we also in here heavy. Please press like on this video right now. Do me a favor, press like on this video right now. If you found a ticker in here you want to set up, possibly tomorrow or in the future, you got something out of this show tonight, something you could possibly make some money on, please press like right now. BLPH. All right, I actually like BLPH, man, especially if it, again, that 50-day moving average you see here again. This is the 200 and the 50 are very, and again, I want to give you that moving average 101 PDF. I'm going to try and post that on the Discord room after hours. After the show. That moving average 101. All right? Because it really goes into that stuff. But here you have BLPH hugging the 50-day moving average. All right, and using that. And we'll see what happens on BLPH. Low float stock, too, by the way. It is on lowfloat.com. Yes, indeed, Bruce Cole. Getting up there, babe. All right, people know a good thing when they see it. OPMZ, we did take a look at OPMZ. Huge run, man. Absolutely huge run. But again, looks like a pump, man. Setting up like a pump, as you can see. The stock didn't do anything all day, and all of a sudden, at exactly 3 o'clock, huge buying comes into the stock. So setting up like a pump. Very much so. OWCP, the Israeli marijuana play. Yeah, OWCP, man, has been on a rebound, a 2-day rebound, by the way, too. OWCP, we thought the pump was over. For the most part, it was. If you were one of the buyers who got trapped up here at $3. Here's the daily chart in OWCP. Your sell was that what was that, March 1st? Was March 1st in OWCP. All of a sudden, you had 3 days, and that turnaround started at March 9th. But what was interesting about this is that it's not on any moving average line. All right, it's not on any real moving average line, and for the most part, it's not even at a real support for the stock. So All right, so really interesting here in OWCP. But then again, man, that's why when you're messing around with promoted stocks, sometimes the technicals can't really get you what you want to see in these plays. So OWCP very much, not acting in accordance to technical fundamentals. All right, so just be very careful here, man. Be very careful here. All right. Big Zini's talking about catching the meat of the move. Fucking, you're retarded, man. AZO. Let me see here. Yeah, we talked about AZO all the way. Rodney Nurse, what are you talking about? FNRC? 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 Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, it's looks good. Looks good. And I'm surprised nobody's bringing up L-Cut, though. L-Cut, which, I don't know if anybody brought that up. Not the cheapest stock in the world. But, again, one that, incredible move. Almost $4 in the stock today. Almost $4, but definitely not a penny stock. QUMU is another one that I had on my list today. Again, this is a stock that moved higher but couldn't really catch it. What else? PPHM, we know what's happening to that right now. PTIE, this is one that we also like a lot here. PTLE was a nice PTLE, or PTIE, excuse me. All right. It was a good one today as well. Again, using that 20-day moving average. All right, that's why, but I know most of you guys in here trade. We got some millionaire traders in here, I'm sure. You guys know that stuff, so don't have to keep repeating myself on that one. Let me see what else. So a lot of fire plays on NASDAQ, man. Fire plays, man. This market is on fire right now. There's some money to be made. If you guys are doing your pre-market scans, I mean, these last like 5 days. If you've done pre-market scans, you've pretty much been, sitting in the money on something. Sitting in the money on something, because the pre-market has caught stocks that, again, have gapped. Some of them haven't gapped. They've just been naturally just tearing it up, stocks like AUPH. AUPH, this was just a beautiful natural open. I mean, just look at that. The stock just opened up and people just kept buying all day. Higher price stocks, but I mean, whatever you dropped in, you got your money in it. You know what I'm saying? Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Yeah, yep. MYDX was nice. Izzy Jules, thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, we about to close up the show too. And again, thank you guys. Appreciate it. I mean, I think our list for tomorrow is INNL, CERU. Matter of fact, let me just go ahead and put it out there. Of course, CBR. Let me see here. And I know Bat Scientist, put out your list too, man. I saw some of the stocks you put up, and I like that too. And again, join us in the Discord room. There's some things you can get in the Discord room you can't get on the show, because we don't always get to every single stock. But there are guys in there that will break out the chart for you and look at your play. All right? But a lot of good stocks right now. And shout out to Coin. Coin right now tearing it up after hours, man. All right, so but look for that possibly to do some things. Look for that to possibly do some things. And yes, also gold. Look for gold as well, gold and silver, going into Tuesday, Wednesday. I will be back here tomorrow. Same time, same place. Don Willis says, what do I put in my hair? Nothing, man. Just that, what's this over here? That, that Sporting Waves. That Sporting Waves and that, that Bergamot Blue Magic. You know how they do it. Yeah. All right. Real quick, let me just go through a couple other ones because I don't want to miss USMJ. I don't like USMJ right now. DVAX, DVAX. Nice play. Too expensive, though. $6. Appreciate that, Big Zini. SRI. Oh, yeah, that's been on a tear, man. That's been on a tear. We love Sirius Satellite Radio. Sirius Satellite Radio is a long-term thing, man. You might as well just go along with that one. When you talk about Sirius Satellite Radio, have you seen the daily chart on that? So it's been incredible. You're at the top of the band now in Sirius Satellite Radio, so be very careful there. You could see the stock pull back here any day now on Sirius. But when it pulls back to a support, which I think it's going to be that 515, 520, yeah, I would just buy Sirius Satellite Radio and go long. There's no competition. There's basically no competition for them. ICBU. All right, 0031. Yeah. 0031. You see that 200-day moving average is trying to stay above here. Keep watching that on ICBU. I had this marker here where I looked at it on the 31st because I was interested in it, but as you can see, it hasn't done much since then. Now it's January 31st when I looked at it. So other than that, I'm not impressed on it. Not impressed. Flipping stock, VSTM. Is that what you're bringing up? VSTM. Yeah, we talked about this one earlier today. This has been a monster too. And again, let's break it down. When you see a huge one-day move like that, those hourly charts can really help you out with it. All right. An intraday hourly time frame. And here's the run. Incredible morning. Again, stayed above that 4, and I would stay in the trade. Absolutely, man. VSTM. Definitely add VSTM to your list, man. VSTM, stay in the trade, bro. 2.4 million shares traded. Huge buying activity in the morning. Started to cool off, as you see, during the mid-afternoon. Like most stocks, you're going to see, mid-afternoon starts to slow down. But you're still hot, though, man. You're real hot on the RSI. But you're still above the 4-day exponential moving average. So be careful for the gap up tomorrow. Be careful of the gap up tomorrow that you might get in the stock if you get it. I mean, you very well could just get a sell-off in the morning as well, too. All right. So I'll be careful on this one. But I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens to a lot of these stocks we've talked about today. All right. We've got some really cheap stocks that we can all make some really good money on. I mean, these are dirt cheap stocks that we can make some money on. I mean, if you got a couple $100, you don't have to go into these heavy to make some money. Like, for example, we just brought up Coin. We just brought up VSTM, We just brought up INNL. These are $1.66, $1.70. Bringing up Coin again. What was that at? 35 cents a share. These are not companies. These are not stocks where you've got to, put a lot of money into, to generate a good return for yourself. So definitely, pull the trigger. Pull the trigger, guys. All right, pull the trigger, guys. This is a very liquid market right now. And I don't know what the future holds, but enjoy these gains that are happening right now in the NASDAQ while you can get them, especially when they're as predictable as they've been lately. Yeah, for those of you guys, thank you, African Emporium. For those of you guys up in the Northeast corridor, please stay safe, stay warm. I don't want to hear about anything, somebody getting hurt or not, or anything like that. And I'm saying, I don't care if school's closed or not. If you can, keep your kids out of school. All right? Because you just never know. Sometimes the weatherman gets it wrong, but sometimes he gets it right. And I would hate to be one of those parents trying to cross town in a snowstorm to get your kids. Okay? All right, man. With that being said, let me close out the show here. Appreciate you guys so much for watching. Let me see here. Who we got in here? Travis, thank you, man. Travis, he's in Vegas. Yeah, he don't even have to worry about that. Mike Jones, Melissa A, thank you so much. Johnny Get Down. Oh yeah, you need a Discord room link? Hold on. Let me see here. Let me get that for you guys real quick. Again, join us in the Discord room. Let me see here. Here's the link. You can join us in the Discord room. Appreciate that, Bad Scientist. Again, be back here same time, same place tomorrow. El Yeti, T-Man, Africa Emporium, thank you, sir. Metatron, Con L, Juan Perez, Max Volume, thank you. Yeah, okay, it's coming down in West Virginia. All right, Max Volume, I hear you, bro. Fred Thompson, Master 82, Trading Jedi, thank you so much. P-Bank. Hey, much respect to Trading Jedi. I know he doesn't agree with me on a lot of the things I say when it comes to my politics, but he understands it's about this money. So I appreciate you, Trading Jedi, in the chat room, bro. Ricky Lindos, what's going on, man? Same time tomorrow. Londell Carter, Big Zini, Chris McCollum, thank you, appreciate it. Matt Cantu, Louis Verdon. Who else is in here? Yes, Coralie, thank you so much, beautiful. Show Enough 99, appreciate it. Shout out to all the ladies who are calling the show too. Shout out to all the ladies who called in, all my callers today. Appreciate every single one of you. See you guys back here tomorrow. Thanks a lot. Take care.